And welcome.
To another Justice live stream.
Yes. So we are back for our little weekly Marvel TV show after show, and we are doing it on Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4 today.
Yup.
And my,
this was quite the episode.
Yes, exactly. Oh my, dude. There is definitely a lot to go over. So, like typically we've been doing, I got a bunch of notes here kind of in chronological order of the episode, and we'll just kind of go through it and just kind of talk about these points as we go along.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this episode starts with opening in Wakanda. That was super cool.
Yes, that was very interesting.
Yes, we get to see Io kind of helping Bucky break out of his Winter Soldier brainwash.
Yeah, sort of deprogramming him a bit. Yeah.
And that was like super emotional too. Like it was a really good scene.
It seemed like almost like a final test sort of situation.
Yeah. Like definitely they've been working towards that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just like the look on his face, the way he like broke down when she told him that he was free, man.
Yes, that hits, you know. Yeah. It really hits you in the heart.
Yeah. So then it moves right over to Io talking to Bucky where we left off in the episode before that, and she's telling him, "Yo, we want Zemo. We can't let him get away with murdering our past king. Like how are we going to make this work?" And he's basically telling her like this, he's a means to an end, like you can have him when we're done. And then so
we just need to use him for a little bit, and then we'll put him back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Bucky comes back, tells Sam and Zemo that the Dora Milaje are here and they're looking for Zemo, and so they probably need to start working quickly. And an interesting conversation gets brought up. Zemo explains how dangerous the existence of super soldiers are. And I wrote down exactly what he said. I'm going to quote him real quick. The desire to become a superhuman cannot be separated from supremacist ideals. I thought that was very interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. But then, right away, I think it was Bucky who said it, that Steve Rogers is a direct argument to that, because he turned out fine. He turned out great. He turned out so great that he could pick up Mjolnir. So but and then Zemo replies, "Touche," but then again there hasn't been another Steve Rogers, which I would argue that we really know about yet. So let's not get too crazy with that. And I think that shows too that this show is probably gonna build Sam up to be even more deserving of the shield. I mean, I would say that he deserves it now, but maybe even, and that's probably why he didn't pick it up. Well, I think it's actually very loaded, but there might be some feelings of not fully deserving it there, and I think he's gonna go through that journey with this or through this series. And not to mention,
I agree.
It was super interesting that he said what he said about even maybe he should have destroyed the shield, like making sure that the mantle of Captain America can't ever be taken up again. So
that's interesting.
Sam's thoughts and feelings throughout this episode were very interesting. We got to really see underneath like everything that he's feeling and how different it is from the status quo and how similar it is to the Flag Smashers and their ideals. So
that was a very interesting theme throughout the episode.
Yeah. So to move on, Zemo. Oh, hold on. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm getting too excited.
Yep.
So we get a little scene with the Flag Smashers. They're basically explaining that they want to kill the new Captain America. And then we get another small scene of Sharon Carter explaining that the Power Broker is super pissed because they killed what she called their golden goose.
The golden goose.
Yeah,
Dr. Nagel.
Yeah, the guy that was recreating the super serum. So
yeah.
So he's going to be on their tail soon, if he already isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then not to mention Carly with the Flag Smashers, she's going to have to deal with him as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get a scene where we, like we were just talking about, where we get to see Sam's sympathy for the Flag Smashers.
Yes.
And that interesting conversation. What did you think about that? Did you kind of see that coming? Do you think that might evolve into some kind of partnership? Or what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I'm not sure. Like, I can almost see it being just something that, like, helps push Sam in the right direction, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where, like, at the end of this, like, you know, maybe, like, Carly gets locked away, she dies, something like that, something big, you know, where, like,
yeah.
I feel like it's setting up, though, where just the whole Flag Smashers, this whole ordeal, I feel like it's gonna have, like, an effect on how Sam thinks as well, and, like, him just expressing stuff to Carly even, too.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder, too, if maybe this might lead up to, like, maybe even, you know, within the, I think there's only, like, 2 episodes left, so maybe in the season finale there might be some kind of deal where where Carly ends up making the right decision last minute, but it might be some kind of sacrificial thing where she might end up, like, losing her life because of it, but make the hero choice, hopefully, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because they're still definitely showing the idea that, like, they're not necessarily bad guys. They're just, like Sam was saying, just the way they're doing it.
No, yeah,
is, like, questionable.
Yeah, I like it. He said, I agree with your fight. I just don't agree with the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, to move forward, we get kind of a sad, once you know the ending of the show, we get kind of a sad, ironic scene with Nico, one of the Flag Smashers, explaining that he grew up being a Captain America fan. And that's just really sad and ironic because of the ending and the way he dies.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, right? And then, you know, too, that's...
man.
You know, just like right before then, Sam talked about how maybe he should have destroyed the shield. And then in that scene, when Nico was talking about his grandfather and him being a Captain America fan, Carly brought up, again, something, I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something negative about the shield and what it stood for and that kind of thing, too. So there's definitely, like, that I found that very interesting that we're starting to see that some people don't see Captain America as, like, the Star-Spangled Banner goody boy that, you know, others do.
Yeah.
So those are very interesting themes it looks like they're going to explore.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like even though this show is called Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I feel like the person it's about the most is just Captain America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like what that means.
That's interesting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it explores further, more than just, oh, Steve Rogers is Captain America. It's like, no, what is Captain America?
Yeah,
you know,
and not to mention, it also just gives us more reasons of why Steve Rogers was the Captain America. Why it was.
Yeah.
It's not just it's not just something where you can take the serum, grab the shield, and be Captain America.
Yeah, in your cap. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Like,
which is why a very interesting theme that was kind of played throughout this entire episode was, would you take the serum if you had the opportunity? That question got brought up a lot. So that was very interesting.
That was very interesting.
So moving forward then, we get John and Lamar. They show up wanting to take charge kind of the situation and arrest Zemo, and they're being kind of like, or not them, it's really just John. He's being like kind of aggressive about it too.
Yeah, like super aggressive.
Yeah. And then it shows them kind of showing up to that funeral that the Flag Smashers were holding.
Yes, for, was it Donia?
I don't remember.
Something like that, Miss Donia, I think.
See, that was
something
the thing,
like that.
Is her character didn't get much context, so I wasn't entirely sure, like, her importance of this. I mean, obviously she was important to all the Flag Smashers, but like we were saying online, that might have been part of the plot that was taken out because of there being a similar COVID plot that was originally that was originally supposed to be in it, and then through a bunch of reshoots and rewrites, they took all of that out.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So any weird little things that you see like that, honestly, it's probably because of the reshoots and the rewrites and things like that.
Okay, I didn't even know about that. That's super trippy.
Yeah.
I'll have to pay attention to that more.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't think, we're going to have to, if they get a second season, I don't think we're going to have to deal with any of that again. And honestly, they are doing, like, it's so good still for them having reshoots and rewrites. Like, we've seen how horrific that can turn out with other projects. So,
definitely.
the fact
100%.
that this is still so good, that's good on
that
them.
speaks volumes.
Yeah. So we're at this funeral, and basically all hell breaks loose, and Zemo ends up finding all of the vials.
Yeah, the serum. Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, is he gonna like take one? But like, no, because he doesn't like super soldier. And then before I could even have another thought, he's just crushing
smash
all of them. And I was like, oh my god, yes, I kind of like that. Yeah. And then.
It's super in character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to me, it says that like he really believes in his fight. Yeah,
it's not just something he's talking.
And he's not easily corruptible.
Yeah. Like even though he's a bad guy, he has like a rigid set of values that he follows in a way.
Yeah. So this is too when we see that he missed one. There's one little serum hiding behind that little box.
And surprise, surprise, guess who finds it?
Exactly. And he puts it in his pocket.
Yep.
And I have to admit, when we see him again the next time, I wasn't for sure if he would have taken it or not.
Same.
Because of the conversations he was having. But then again, Lamar, Battlestar even told him, like, he would take it.
Yeah, that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, he said he would take it because of all the people that they could save, and he said, doesn't it? Just
I think it's not just all the people you could have saved. I think they're talking about like a specific day in like the war they were in that was probably like super PTSD giving.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and he's talking about how it only expands who you already are,
Yeah.
So that was interesting too, because that, to me, that really says that there's more special ingredients to this super soldier than just like the heart-shaped herb. Like I straight up think Steve Rogers himself like is an important secret ingredient to this super soldier. It takes someone with extremely good values like that.
Yeah, just extremely good values and like very like determined to stick to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on forward to one of my favorite parts of the episode. The Dora Milaje shows up and they basically kick everyone's ass for a second.
Everyone's ass. Yeah. Like they just tear it up.
Yeah, and Zemo is like able to like slither out of the way during all of that chaos.
Yeah, he's just watching it. That was amazing. Like he's just standing there watching everyone get their ass kicked, and just like, man, I'm the one they actually came here for.
Yeah, I like how even at first, Sam and Bucky were just kind of just standing there, like looking strong, John. That was super great.
Yeah,
then Io straight up like did the pressure point thing and took off Bucky's arm.
Yes, that was a trip. Dude, when that first happened, I thought it was going to set up some trippy shit where like they were mad at him where it's like, no, you don't get to use that anymore. He'd have to like get them to put it back on for them. Lightweight, yeah.
Yeah, that would suck, man.
That would suck.
So yeah, at the end of this fight, John is like completely crushed by this defeat. He even says like they weren't even super soldiers. Like so this has to be the moment where he's like, oh no, it's a wrap. I'm taking that serum as soon as we get home. As soon as we get to that hotel, that serum's in my veins. This is like his masculinity was shattered right there, and he like
For real.
He was not gonna feel that way again.
Yeah, dude. That I definitely think that was like a turning point. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next, Sam and Bucky meet up with Carly after she calls Sam's sister and like basically
Yeah, that was
threatens his
trippy.
family, and like got like
But-
weird in a way. I feel like she didn't have to get that mean. Like I felt like her and Sam were like having an understanding
Yeah.
relationship, but you know she.
And I feel like even the sister was like, "Hey, nah, like I'm kind of down for what y'all are doing, just not, like
Yeah, he even
it's sort
said-
of like in the same way Sam was."
Yeah,
you
she's
know?
like, my brother does not work for the new Captain America. Like,
Yeah.
let's get that straight. So
Yeah.
So yeah, Carly didn't have to be that aggressive, but I get it. She's the bad guy, and we have seen her do
Trying to send a
extreme
message.
things before to send messages. So yeah.
Yeah.
So then we get to see John finally come in. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't know if he was going to end up taking that serum, but he throws that shield, and it
Yes.
it lands straight into the wall.
That was the same moment for me when I realized, oh, yep,
Yeah.
he took it for sure.
Yeah. He was all juiced up by that point.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then we see Battlestar get captured at this point, and already I'm getting
Yes.
nervous. I'm like, oh my god, like, because you could tell throughout the whole episode that that John is on edge. He's close to losing it.
Yes, definitely.
yeah.
Like,
So we see Battlestar. He gets captured. He's all tied up into that bathroom. The things are definitely starting to pick up.
yeah,
So the next time, he finally breaks free, and we see Battlestar break into the main fight, and he pulls, or he basically saves John from Carly, and then Carly kicks Lamar back into a concrete pillar, and at that point, you just know he hit so hard, you instantly know, like. It shattered
100%.
his skull or spine or like
both.
Yeah.
yeah. Like, the way his head just sort of like slumped. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, and right at that
he's
moment
gone.
too, you could tell like, oh, okay, Disney Plus, like this show is a little bit more extreme than I thought it would. I mean, it wasn't very gruesome.
Yeah.
But
It hit.
yeah,
hard.
it definitely hit
Still.
hard for sure.
Like, even the way legit everyone stopped fighting and just stared and was like, oh shit.
yeah,
Okay. Like,
exactly. And
that was a trip.
yeah, and then you kind of see everyone kind of like trying to get the hell out of there, as John is like checking his pulse and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
you can see John is starting to kind of wake up out of that initial shock, and he just bolts and busts through the window.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I'm still trying to kind of decide whether he went after the first flag smasher he saw, or if he was after Nico specifically, because Nico was the one holding him back when Lamar got kicked. So I don't know yet. We might not find out, but I do.
That's interesting to float out there, though.
Yeah, and
Like,
they
I like that.
just had a trailer that shows John, having a trial. So who knows? He might say something in the trial, like he might try to spin the story of it was more self-defense than it appeared. But like, let's be real, bro. Like,
all those cameras.
Yeah. So yeah, like
all watching him.
so
Especially
yeah.
him yelling, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
Oh god.
too.
Yes.
And then he just gets smashed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
dude.
As soon as John finds him, he knocks him down right onto that like monument. The crowd starts to form, and he basically just starts to ram his shield into this guy's chest. I mean, I thought it was his head at first, but
Me too. I thought he was gonna straight up decapitate him or something.
yeah, but his head seemed to be fine, so I think he basically just totally like
caved
bludgeoned
in his
him
torso.
to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the other dude. I literally my jaw dropped, and I could not believe that I was seeing this on Disney Plus. Like,
Yeah, dude, that was intense.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have showed any more gore, it would have just been an episode of The Boys.
And like that moment when like he turned and picked up the shield.
Yeah,
And
like
it just had that framing, which is all the gore on the bottom of the shield. I was like, oh.
He's just kind of tightening it back up, and he's just like looking around, almost as if like, what?
Yeah.
Why is everyone looking at me? Almost like he didn't
Yeah, like
understand.
it's perfectly normal to him.
Yeah.
Like, dude, imagine like like Sam and Bucky, but especially to Sam, they walk up and they see, like, Sam sees the shield. He gave up, just covered in gore, surrounded by people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so now we're left to question what's going to happen next. And I think it's pretty obvious that Bucky and Sam, I think they're going to go after John. I think John is going to, like, slowly, like, get out of shock, and he's going to run. I think the next episode's going to pick up right where we left off. I think he's going to run.
Yeah.
And I think Bucky and Sam are going to catch up to him, and they're going to be like, dude, we have to take you in.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be an awesome fight scene. But I think they are going to take him in, because like I said, in that trailer we saw he was having a trial. So whether he turns himself in or he gets taken in, something happens. Yeah,
I just can't imagine Sam seeing something like that and not being like, "Hey, bro, we got to talk to you. Like, we gotta
regroup.
We gotta sort this out." Yeah, like.
Yeah, dude. You even saw Carly in the crowd, and she was just like the look on her face of absolute amazement and disgust. And like, think about how much guilt she has to be feeling as well.
For real,
you know,
like, oh my god.
Because, you know, this whole fight is her fight, first of all. And I think, because, you know, she like, earlier, too, she was, I think, she was, in a way, like, justifying all the deaths she had caused for her cause. And, and I think this was finally a moment of it being reversed on her. And her saying,
it's hitting home.
Yeah, like, this guy just killed someone for his cause, quote unquote, and now that it was one of your guys, you feel that hurt. You feel why life is so sacred. Everyone is loved by someone, you know. And I think she's starting to understand that message. You know, to quote the great Stan Lee, with great power comes great responsibility. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. What do you think's gonna happen next?
Dude, I think, like, I hope you're right on how it opens up the next episode. But, like, I can also see this, like we've talked about before, opening up into the big overarching message of, like, humans versus superhumans. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it might be really interesting to, like, if they could go either way with the trial thing, where it's like, I feel like he's either going to get off scot-free, or it's going to be like, in a way, New Cap is going to be the one that starts the question of, like, okay, maybe there is a problem here with super soldiers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, you know, I don't want to, like, spoil anything, but, like, from doing research on his character in the comics, it was only a matter of time before he lost someone that was special to him, and he, like, loses his shit and goes on a murdering rampage. So, I don't know if this is going to officially trigger that break, or if he's going to try to redeem himself and then break again later on down the road. Because, like, if he does have this trial, he, like, you know, the government... Because I think he's officially lost the favor of the citizens. Most of them, at least. Because I have thought about, you know, to go on a little side tangent, I have thought about, too, that some people might not disagree with him, like, back home in the States. There might be people that side with him, that say, yes, this is the Captain America we need. One who quote-unquote, gets shit done, dude. You know?
Oh, yeah. I can picture that, dude. Brutal. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. So you know, this might only be the very beginning of his slow downward spiral.
Yeah.
It might not be the official trigger point.
Yeah. And dude, this just in general sets off just the potential for, like, a lot of intense directions they could go. Like man, I hope they keep up the intensity.
Yeah, me too. Cuz you know, like, we keep bringing up the whole powered versus non-powered humans versus mutants thing. This is totally planting the seeds for that world, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And honestly, it's just getting me more excited about Loki. I mean, I don't necessarily think they're going
Yes.
to be too connected. I think if anything's going to be connected to this, it might be the Black Widow movie coming out. But I have to say that this show is really good. It's definitely has me on my toes. But the Loki show, it looks like because let me back up a little bit. I have to say that Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I thought was gonna have more to build up for the future of the MCU and like the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that Loki has a higher chance of doing that because, like we talked about in the breakdown as well, that Loki is gonna actually give us the rules of like time travel and dimensions and how that works in the MCU, and that's like a huge deal.
Yeah, because like they touched on it a little bit in Endgame, but like not in the way a television show is gonna have to, because they're gonna have to continually justify it and like justify the different exceptions and the different rules and like everything. So it's gonna draw out a lot more of it.
Yeah. So why I explain all that is because what I'm saying is I'm trying to like reel in my expectations and my theories a little bit for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I'm basically just trying to like keep it as like this grounded little. I just get to kind of not think about the big picture and just enjoy this story kind of show,
Yeah.
But I'm
enjoy this peek into a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of deal.
But as soon as Loki starts, I'm gonna get right back on there. Where's the X-Men? Where's the Fantastic Four? Where's Kane the Conqueror? Where's like the Celestials? Where's everything?
Where is everything?
Yeah. So let us know down in the comments below your thoughts and theories about this show. Like I said, we only have like 2 episodes left, so there's not a whole lot more to happen. The next episode definitely has to be a big deal, because the last episode is going to wrap that up and then, set us up with a cliffhanger. So I'm very, very excited. Let us know down below if you're enjoying the direction that this is going in. And, I know we said we're going to keep our expectations down, but feel free. Let us know your theories.
Yeah, dude. Definitely. And on that note, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JustisBand.
I hope everyone out there has an excellent week. And until next time.
Catch you on the flip.
Yes.
All right.